Hey everyone, today I'm reviewing Clinique Pep-Start Hydroblur Moisturizer. I gave this moisturizer 2.5 out of 5 stars, so I think it's very average in my opinion, and I'll tell you why. But to start off with, this is their sample size. I actually tried their full-size jar, which is 1.7 ounces. I just couldn't find that, and I had this tester, so I decided to use that to review. But the 1.7 ounce jar sells for $30. It breaks down to $17.35 per ounce, which is pricey. Not the priciest moisturizer out there, but it's definitely a pretty penny as far as moisturizers go. And I don't know that this one's necessarily worth it. I think there are better ones out there. So as far as the texture and the feel of this one goes, this is definitely a thicker moisturizer, one of the thicker ones I've tried. And it's white in color. I'll show you how it comes out. That's what it looks like. And it has a little bit of a waxy feel to it. And I found with this one, I used more product than I usually would when applying to my skin. So you need to use a lot of product. A 1.7 ounce jar won't last you too long. It won't last you as long as your average moisturizer. And applying it is easy. It blends into your skin really nicely. But you need to scoop it out of the jar, which I don't necessarily love. But most moisturizers nowadays come in jars, so that's not a really big deal. And like I mentioned, you will have to use a lot with each application. To me, this moisturizer acts more like a primer. It says you're supposed to use this one both daytime and nighttime. I think this one's more of a daytime moisturizer, to be honest, because it doesn't provide enough hydrating effects for me to use it as a nighttime moisturizer. And this one works well under your makeup, and I definitely think it's more like a primer than a moisturizer, and I'll tell you why. It tends to kind of stay on top of your skin and never fully soak in, but it worked well under makeup. My makeup looked really smooth, really matte, and good when I applied it. My skin looked amazing in the day, although throughout the day that effect did wear off and my skin became more oily. But when I'd use this one at nighttime, I didn't really see any great effects as far as that goes. Drying time, like I said, this one never completely soaked into my skin. It kind of sat on top of it. And it felt a little tacky, like a lot of primers do if you use them under your moisturizer, or I'm sorry, under your makeup, you know what I'm talking about. So it kind of just sat on my skin on top of it. It has a lot of silicones in it that kind of just fill in your pores and don't really fully soak into your skin. The smell, this one is unscented, so there's no smell to it. That's great for those of you who are sensitive to scents or fragrances. I like that it doesn't have no scent. I don't mind it. Although I do like it when my products are on my face have a spa-like scent. So as far as the short-term results, when I applied it, immediately my face felt smooth and it looked really matte. My makeup looked really good when I'd use this under it. But it looked really good short term, but the long term effects, there was really none. I didn't see any anti-aging effects. I didn't see any increased hydration or moisturizer. And after I used this for a while, I did have a few little pimples. I usually get those when I apply primers under my makeup. And like I mentioned, this one definitely acts more like a primer. I was really disappointed in the long-term results of this moisturizer, so I wish I had seen more. It just didn't hydrate my skin like I'd like. At first, it minimized my pores too, but then over time, throughout the day, it definitely didn't. My pores became more enlarged and you could see them. As far as ingredients go, this one has some good things and some bad things. It has a lot of silicones in it, which you'll see in a lot of primers. They're used to fill in your pores temporarily. But it also has caffeine, which I like. It has antioxidant properties and that can reduce redness. It also has an interesting plant extract called St. Paul's wort. And it's used to increase blood flow to your skin. This one's also oil-free, which I always like to see. So overall, this isn't the best moisturizer, but it's also not the worst. And I think it works more like a primer than a moisturizer. It doesn't give any lasting hydration. So I gave it 2.5 out of 5 stars. I want to know if you guys are using it, what you think of it. If you love it, if it's your holy grail, make sure to comment below. And for more information on this moisturizer and many others, please visit us online at Moisturizers.com and on social media.